closely at your screen right now. If you're like 99% of players, you probably ran past this warehouse in Pelion Swamp without a second thought. You thought it was just another random point of interest added in the latest update. But what epic games hid inside this room completely flips everything we know about Fortnite lore on its head. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact match where I discovered the simulation's control room, the truth behind the Rivalry Rumble anomaly, and why placement number 6 changed everything. We always thought the loop was our prison. We thought the storm was a cosmic anomaly, and that the only thing that mattered was the fight for survival. But we were wrong. Dead wrong. When I walked into that warehouse, everything shattered. The monsters, they aren't real. The storm, just a special effect. We aren't legendary warriors fighting for glory. We're just cheap content for someone else's show. Think about it. Every world-ending event, every massive map overhaul, and every cosmic threat we've barely survived over the years. What if none of it was organic? What if the secret factions running this island aren't actually fighting for control of reality, but are just building elaborate sets to keep us distracted? When you look past the terrifying props, you start to see the real, sinister architecture of the loop. A massive, coordinated studio layout designed to broadcast our failures and monetize our survival. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on this Hollywood nightmare, following the exact trail of breadcrumbs left behind on this closed set, and exposing the architects who are turning our endless loop into primetime television. It all started when a forced directive flashed across my screen. Rivalry Rumble! Suddenly, it wasn't just about outrunning a storm anymore. The island system was forcing us into a hyper-aggressive, completely manufactured conflict. It felt less like a natural battle royale, and more like a hidden producer pulling strings behind a glass screen to make the action more exciting for an audience. I had to play along to survive. I broke into the facility, searching for supplies and pulling materials straight from the walls. But the walls weren't reinforced steel. They were thin canvas and plaster, a hollow set piece. But the directors of this show didn't appreciate me wandering backstage. The moment I uncovered the truth, the simulation fought back. I was thrown right into a high-stakes firefight, tracking down targets in the middle of an active movie studio backlot. Strange props were hanging from the cranes. Sets were built right into the snow. But the real threat wasn't part of the script. Out of nowhere, the cleanup crew arrived. Before I could even build a defense, a cold-blooded hunter named F4TTHOR247 stepped out of the shadows. 2 blasts from a twin-hammer shotgun, and just like that, my scene was over. Cut to black, left at number 6. But death on this island is never the end. While waiting for my next cue, I spectated my killer. They weren't just standard players, they were calculated, sweeping the area for left-behind evidence. And as they pulled up the map and ran straight back into the main hangar of Sus Studios, everything became clear. They thought wiping me out would bury the secret, but seeing it from their perspective only proves the theory. Look at the camera rigs, the heavy lighting umbrella, the massive green screen stages holding completely hollow monsters. They wiped my memory, reset my loadout, and threw me right back on the battle bus for the next episode. But they made one critical mistake. They forgot to delete the footage. The loop repeats, but now I know what's behind the curtain. And the next time the director calls action, I'm bringing the whole studio down. Ah, the drop phase. Truly the most peaceful 10 seconds in Fortnite. You look down at the map, formulate a flawless tactical strategy, and tell yourself, yeah, this is the match where I finally get that victory royale. And then you actually land. The peace is immediately gone. You can hear gunshots next door, and your flawless strategy instantly turns into panic running through an empty office building, praying you find literally anything that shoots. But hey, no gun? No problem. Because if there is one thing that unites every single Fortnite player regardless of age, it's the absolute inability to walk past a slurp barrel without smashing it into pieces. Suddenly, an enemy appears. Your heart rate hits 180. Your fingers forget which button builds a wall. You start jumping around like a panicked grasshopper. And somehow, by the grace of pure luck, you actually hit your shots. You secure the loot, head down to the vault, and open a rare chest for that sweet, sweet dopamine hit. A fresh weapon, a level up, and your shield is full. We are officially back in business. All right, we are deep inside Dark Dominion, And the system is already trying to distract me with a pro fishing rod? Nice try, Epic, but we've got a simulation to expose. No time to fish. Grab the pistol, look alive, and let's get moving. Suddenly, the HUD glitches. The producers just forced me into a rivalry rumble. They want blood for the cameras. But watch what happens when we break through the glass window of this high-tech command center. We are out of the studio and tracking the target. You can see the yellow waypoint lighting up the HUD like a literal script telling me exactly where to go. The producers want this matchup to happen now, and honestly, I'm not going to keep them waiting. There he is, hiding by the rocks. Line up the sights, control the recoil, and down he goes! Rival intercepted, contract secured. Another successful scene in the bag, but the show must go on. Before the ink is even dry on the last contract, another one activates. We sprint up the ridge, find a rare chest hiding in the orchards, and look at that beautiful purple glow. And this is where the panic sets in. Your inventory is full, there's legendary loot on the floor, and you're just standing out in the open like a sitting duck trying to sort out your backpack. Come on, heal up, grab the DMR and run! If you want to survive backstage, you've got to use their own props against them. One overdrive grenade to the feet, and we are completely defying gravity, gliding straight toward the next set piece. We land right outside Nature's Vine restaurant. The storm is shrinking, the clock is ticking, and we need to fortify our loadout before the cleanup crew realizes we've made it this far inside. We grab a fresh SMG from the shelf, slip out the back door, and drop down underneath the patio. Because if you want to find out what's really holding this entire simulation together, you've got to start tearing down the walls. Whoa, what is actually going on? We start off with a new boss, who casually opens a broken door with his positive paw. Positive? Okay, dad joke vibes already. We walk into the hotel lobby and, bro, the vibes are immaculate if you like total depression. The character's heart literally sinks. Cobwebs everywhere, draped wall to wall like curtains. It's giving Hoarders, Fortnite edition. So we run through the river, trying to stay alive. A thick crust of dust covers the carpet inside, and honestly, the smell is ready to take us out. Tell me when to stop. Uh-huh. Wait, stop at what? Chapter 2? Chapter 3? The background commentary is more confusing than a math test. We're out here popping bandages because health is already plus 75%, but we need that peak performance. All right, we hit the bush. Standard tactical gameplay. We pull out the pistol. Shut up, Chapter 3. Chapter 3, stop. Don't worry, Chapter 3. Bro, the backseat gaming is out of control. But wait, look at this jug and a Nemesis AR. We are officially eating good tonight. Down goes the chug jug. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Green. We aim. We fire. 81 headshot elimination. Let's go. Absolute laser beams. We slide into the enemy's little wooden fort and, oh baby, a triple. 300 gold. A legendary chug. We try to use the harpoon gun on the mountain. Miss completely. Absolute tragedy. But wait, a rift anomaly appears. And the game tells us, the llama anomaly is active. Rideable llamas have spawned? Since when can we ride llamas like a Honda Civic? We pull up the map to see where we're going. The storm is shrinking. 28 players left. And we are on a mission. We sprint past a nice little villa. Honestly, the real estate in Fortnite is looking better than the actual housing market. We pull out the scoped vector, spotting someone in the distance. We tap them up, keeping them on their toes. Then we look up and see the destination. Sus Studios. Bro, they literally named the studio after the biggest meme of the decade. Amogus vibes are off the charts.
This is my hotel. I own it.
Your hotel? Here? Wait, you own Sus Studios? Bro is a literal real estate mogul at 10 years old. Respect. We smash a slurp barrel for that extra shield, then run over to the vending machine. Look at this selection. Unstable voltage burst pistol for 80 credits. Say less. But forget walking. We just summoned a literal Rocket League octane car out of thin air. We are boosting. We are drifting. We are flying down the road. The hotel office hasn't been used in years. Portraits of past owners hung on the wall. We are driving so fast the voiceover is turning into a horror movie documentary. We're blasting through the desert, dirt kicking up everywhere. We pull up to a new sanctuary and get 5,000 XP just for showing up. We launch ourselves into the sky like Iron Man, deploying the glider. Beautiful landing! But now, the ultimate family battle begins over the microphone. You jumped in there! Go back to chapter 2! No! This is where I stopped! Look! This is chapter 2! Start from the beginning! The hotel office hasn't been used in years. Absolute denial. Kid refuses to restart and just keeps reading his story while breaking open a chest full of gold. Honestly, absolute alpha move. Never let them stop your grind. Like, comment, and subscribe if you think he should have restarted chapter 2. Catch you guys in the next one.